It's Mirchi's Immigration Hour, brought to you by NPZ Law Group, business and family immigration law firm, representing clients in the US and Canadian immigration. And I'm Vijaya, talking to Gaganjot Mundra, barrister, solicitor, and Canadian attorney. Welcome, Gagan.
Thank you, Vijaya. Thank you for having us on your show.
Thank you for making the time. And Gagan, from a Canadian immigration perspective, tell us about the changes in express entry and the occupations that will become eligible in November 2022 under this program.
Thank you, Vijay, for that question, and it's hot. So express entry is always the most popular talked and discussed program for a very obvious reasons that it's a pathway to become permanent resident in Canada. So while you're still outside of Canada and you're a skilled worker, you are still eligible to apply for permanent residency in Canada. But now there are, what we are anticipating are changes in the express entry based on the occupations. And these occupations, there are some additional occupations that we'll see, and some will be eliminated from this program starting from November this year. What has really kicked in is the shift from the National Occupation Code, which is abbreviated as NOC. And starting from November 2022, this will be called as TEER, TEER, standing for Training, Education, Experience, and Responsibilities. So NOC is Canada's system to classify jobs based on job duties, work the person does, and is used for eligibility of occupations under both temporary and permanent residency programs. Presently, we use NOC A, B, C, or D, but this will no longer be used to classify the skill set. We'll be using, starting November, something called tier system. Now with this change, the express entry cutoff will be tier 3, which includes completion of post-secondary education program of fewer than 2 years at community college, Institute of Technology, or training of fewer than 2 years again for more than 6 months of job training and training courses, specific work experience with some secondary school education, etc. Now, based on the above tier, 3 occupations will become ineligible, which are program leaders in recreation, sports, and fitness. And 16 occupations will become eligible, which are dental assistants, payroll administrators, nurses, pharmacy technical assistants, elementary school teacher assistants, truck drivers, heavy equipment operators, and more. So these are some of the occupations where we'll see that a lot of the individuals, and especially with the truck driving background, will be found eligible for permanent residency. Now, this change in NOC eligibility of occupations will also affect the occupations in something called as Atlantic Immigration Program, which is a pathway for permanent residency for skilled foreign workers and international graduates from a Canadian institution who want to work and live in one of Canada's 4 Atlantic provinces: New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island, or Newfoundland and Labrador. Now, the program helps employers hire qualified candidates for these jobs that they could not fill locally. And tier 4 will be the program's eligibility cutoff. So again, we are seeing that with this new program coming and new system coming in November 22 of this year, we see a lot of these shifts in the occupations that will be found eligible and that will be added or that would be removed. Now, another change in the express entry program is proof of funds. This is effective June 27th of this month. If you're already in the pool and your application is already there in the express entry pool, kindly update your profile with the proof of funds in your profile to avoid being found ineligible if selected. And by updating your profile, it's important that listeners understand that you will not change the date and time that the application was received. Your date will still be the time when you originally applied in the profile.
I see.
Lastly, Vijay, I'm also bringing attention to the listeners' attention about a proposal being currently debated in Parliament. It is called Bill C-19. The proposal in this bill may significantly change the express entry and path to permanent residency in Canada since its implementation in 2015. Importantly, this bill, if passed, will give the immigration minister ability to create specific groups based on occupations in demand and to address other policy goals and issue invitations to apply to these groups. We see this very regularly in Canada when the government introduces special policies for specific communities such as Francophone, immigrants, residents from Hong Kong and more. And this proposal would give IRCC the ability to depart significantly from the current method it uses to issue ITS for permanent residents.
Right.
But for more to come, we'll keep our listeners updated. And for now, NOC system is what is applicable, and the proof of funds, be very careful as it becomes current.
Well, lots to consider there. Thank you for that, Gagan. And of course, if you want to ace the immigration space, whether it's US or Canadian immigration, you have NPZ Law Group there to handhold you through it all.